I just wanted to move maybe in a direction of a little bit away from the law enforcement aspect to just the private sector, which some of the members touched on this morning. As we see iPhones that use face recognition, anytime you're going through the airport now, you see the Clear system, which is allowing access for individuals in airports on a regular basis. And then some employers now that we're reading are using this in relationship to their employees and kind of under the auspices of security. So there's a lot of different things happening in the private sector. The question I had for Ms. Frederick and Mr. Tolman, can you address some of the constitutional and privacy concerns of private sector use, particularly related to the difference between using facial recognition technology for verification purposes rather than just flat out identification?
I'll let Mr. Tolman.
Ms. Frederick.
Okay, so I'll start here. And I think generally from a wavetop level, it's that outsourcing of surveillance that portends, I think, more potential concrete violations of the Fourth Amendment. I'm not a lawyer, I don't profess to be, but when I see the surveillance state basically outsourcing this job to private companies that don't fall under the remit of the United States Constitution, that's what starts to worry me as a citizen. Somebody who's been behind the powerful technologies that are employed at a commercial level, also by the surveillance state overseas. To me, I think it's that outsourcing to private companies that we need to think about when it comes to the Constitution, because some reports indicate that is expressly made to skirt the constitutional protections. So I'll let Mr. Tolman give his broader expertise on this.
Yeah, I think that last point is where I wanted to go, which is oftentimes the use of third-party providers is an end run around, the protections. We've already seen that one court has indicated that the Baltimore Police Department violated the Fourth Amendment in its use of facial recognition technology. That would be one pressure point to push you towards utilization of a third-party provider. One in which you have somewhat lower standard when utilizing the evidence from them. And we don't know the nature of some of those partnerships. We don't know. That's the biggest problem right here, is the lack of transparency in the information. And we don't know what it is, sometimes even the questions we need to ask in order to find out how pervasive that relationship is.
Yeah, thank you. Great answers. The other question that I would have for both of you would be, there's been some discussion about a full-out ban. And what we're seeing across the nation is some municipalities through ordinance have been, kind of progressively addressing this issue as it emerges, either as part of something that's under their control. Many times it is a municipal court system. And they're moving forward. City councils and even some county boards are moving forward, just full out bans. Is that practical at this point? And you can probably hear to my voice, it doesn't seem like it is to me at this point.
I would just quickly say that it is hard to imagine that this powerful tool is not to be utilized at all. I understand the calls for ban, but that's what makes this so difficult, is there are circumstances in which this powerful technology may be the only thing that may save a victim or save a town from some horrific crime or from a terrorist attack, for example. And so getting this right in how we do authorize law enforcement to use it is right now the most important job I think this Congress has.
I prefer to think of it more as a Yes, sir. I prefer to think of it more as a tactical pause. Take the time to get it right. So I think there are measures with which we could do so. Lawsuits. It's being fought in the courts as well. ACLU is suing Clearview AI. It's Illinois' arm filed a 2018 lawsuit against Chicago police. So there's other mechanisms as well as municipalities to take that tactical pause, take the time to get it right.